Everything that you want, if you'll ask yourself why you want it, you'll get to the vibrational basis of why you want it. And that's a really good place to be in your grid. In other words, I want the feeling of freedom from it. I want the feeling of fun from it. If you get to the basic emotional reason that you want something, you can find a pure place where you don't contradict your energy so much. Because when you say, I want this thing because I don't have it, now you've got split energy. Or I want it because I need it. Or I want it, but I don't know how it's going to come, or when it's going to come, or where it's going to come from, or who's going to bring it. Those kinds of thoughts introduce all kinds of resistance to the equation and slow it all down. But when you think about what you want and why you want it, now you get right to the basic grid vibrational reason for it. And in doing that, you see, deliberate creation is about one thing, really. Well, it's not completely accurate. Let us start again. Deliberate creation is about asking and then allowing. We talked about the 3 steps. Ask, contrast helps you do that. Source answers, but then you've got to allow what you've asked for in. But we want to say, with that understanding in place, that if you will put your emphasis upon this one thing, deliberate creation is about one thing and one thing only. Not doing that thing that blocks it. Not doing that thing that hinders it. Now that's a screwy sort of backwards pushing against way even to describe it. But we really want you to understand that if you aren't introducing a vibration that is contrary to what's in your vortex and what's really at the basis of the grid that you have built when you decided to come, if you don't do those things that keep introducing static and resistance to it, then things will fill in. The grid will fill in quickly and effectively. We want to re-emphasize something that many of you have heard us talk about before, and that is, this is the way we've said it before. When one who's connected to the stream, or one who's in the vortex, one who's tuned in, tapped in, turned on, one who is in alignment with source energy, we've been using all of those expressions. Someone like that is more powerful than millions who are not. You have so much leverage. And today we want to explain that that leverage is about grids stacking up. In other words, your leverage is about having this basic knowledge of well-being and then just introducing more specifics to the well-being that are important to you without introducing resistance as you add the more specifics. Ooh, that was so good. And so as you get it, because people will say to us, well, Abraham, what do you want us to do? First you say, think about what you want and talk about what you want. And then you say, you have to get into the art of allowing. And then you say, don't push against anything. And we're sort of going crazy here. We don't know what we're supposed to do. Are we supposed to be deliberate? Or are we supposed to meditate and be in a state of allowing? And we say, there's 3 steps. Sometimes you ask and sometimes you allow. But we want you to be emphatic about the allowing and aware of which you're doing when you're doing it, you see. So it's a wonderful thing to say, I want something that I don't have. And it's even all right if it stirs up a little discord in you as you realize how much you want it and how absent it seems to be right now. But then your work is to put the emphasis upon the part of what you want that you've already got. And there is no situation ever that the part that you really want, even though it seems impossible, is something that you already do have. You just have to find the feeling place, the vibrational essence of it. And when you do, then the grid starts filling in with evidence that seems impossible, with evidence that seems amazing, with evidence that defies the logic that most humans are applying to all things. There is nothing that you cannot be or do or have once you establish the vibrational essence of it and practice it until you've made it your own. And the universe will fill it in with things that surprise and delight you beyond our ability to verbally describe to you.